Morning, morning, morning. It is Monday, the 2022 version of April the 11th, and you are back here with me, Sean Butler, at the Spurs Talk Show. Find me on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter at Spurs Talk Show, all one word, hashtag never any spaces. How's everybody doing? Well, if you're like me, then you've woken up to feeling a little bit bittersweet about, Tottenham's fortunes. I guess they say all good things come to an end, and what a good couple of weekends we've had in terms of fortune, performances, competition. The outcomes have been great. Arsenal played 2, lost 2. This is over the last fortnight. West Ham played 2, lost 1. Man United played 2, drawn 1, lost 1. Chelsea played 2, lost 1. Tottenham played 2, won everything. You know what we didn't win though? On Saturday evening, fortune didn't favour us when it comes to a referee who has the competence to snuff out an overly aggressive tactic from Steven Gerrard. The fact that the referee didn't give a yellow card immediately to the fella who chopped down Matt Doherty, it enabled Aston Villa to go again. 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, you have Tyrone Mings trying to destroy the career of Kulusevski, a young 21-year-old who's, not only is he strong physically, but obviously his body is like Superman as well, because that challenge, it's just outrageous. Coming through on someone where your thigh is the part that contacts through the body, the inside of the thigh. Kulusevski could have broken his knee, snapped his knee in half if his weight had been on the wrong foot. Fortunately enough, we got away with that one. We didn't get away with the Matt Doherty one. So after a fantastic weekend, of performances and results, and having a great time for me, myself personally, on the content side of things, I did a great, was part of a great show, well, I think it was a good show, on Tottenham on Tour last night at 7 PM when the boys over there, shout out to Daigle and to Duke, they invited me and Alex on. It was a lot of fun, I thought. And everything was going up Tottenham, right? It was just a great energy. The weekend was done and we survived, and then we find out that Doherty's out for the season. Now what do we do, people? Now what do we fucking do? It means we're stuck with Emerson Royale on the right for the next 7 games, which means every team is going to target that side, and Aston Villa had a lot of success in the first half attacking down that side. You know that Brighton are going to do the same thing. You just know they are. Cucurella is going to have a field day trying to get over the back of Emerson Royale. Or do you go crazy and put Steven Bergwijn at right wing back? Thank you. I agree. Do you put Steven Bergwijn at right wing back? He could do a job going forward. Certainly, when there's space for him to run, he'll run with the ball. So would Lucas Moura. But defensively, can you rely on him to know how to track back and to to do all of the things that we would need to do defensively? Could you really put that much responsibility on Romero to handle it? Bugsy! Hey! Baba! Baba! Yeah. Sorry. Oh, Bugsy's saying hello to all the baby sheep. So what do you do? Right? Can you rely on him to do it? Is he going to be able to? Is he capable, competent enough defensively? I don't think so. But I don't want Emerson Royale there. And I think if you do change him up for Bergwijn, then you have too much responsibility on Romero. I mean, he's a world-class defender, but you know, he struggled against Villa because he was doing the job of two men. At least in the first half he struggled, in the second half he was great. And then you've got option C, which would be to go and put someone like Ryan Sessegnon at inverted right wing back. He has played there before for Tottenham. He has played there at one occasion this season. I forget the name of the team that we played against, where that was the scenario. I think it was I think maybe it was Southampton away. If anyone in the comments can remember when he played like 20 minutes with Matt Doherty at left wing back and Sessegnon at right wing back, and he tried the inversion, and it didn't really work with Matt Doherty on the left, but I actually thought that Sessegnon played quite well in that little spell with him at right wing back. Is it something that you consider doing? Is it something that you would feel confident with Sessegnon? Then of course, even if you were to do that, you then have a wing back who was left-footed, who would want to come in off the right wing, and you'd have Kulusevski ahead of him who would want to do the same. So I don't think that's going to work. An inverted wing back would only work if you had the forward who was more one-sided and wanted to go down the byline. So that's not really going to work, is it? Unless I'm unless I'm overlooking something. So really, realistically, it's going to be between Emerson and Bergwijn, and probably it's going to be Emerson. Really takes the wind out of the sails a little bit, you know. And God forbid we get any other injuries, then we are in a real difficult situation. God forbid we lose a Bentancur or a Højbjerg and we have to go back to Winksy again. God forbid we lose Romero or Dyer and we have to bring Sanchez back in. God forbid we don't lose Hugo Lloris. You know, the only positions on the park where you would hate to lose anybody, but if you did, you would at least have some level of quality that could come in and do a job, would be in the offensive line. But you don't want to lose any of them because they're the ones where all the goals are coming from, and that's like a trifecta of synergies and relationships that are just working. So God, we just can't afford any more injuries, which is why we need referees who are competent enough to see aggressive tactics in the first couple of minutes and snap it out of their game by giving a yellow card early. Now, both of those challenges on Mings and on Kulu and on Doherty and on Harry Kane, all three of those were bare minimum yellows. You could make the argument that all three of them were red cards, but of course on the Doherty challenge we didn't even get a free kick, it went out for a throw-in. The referee was an absolute joke, and he might have just cost us our season. Yeah. What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts on how you're feeling the Monday morning after hearing that Doherty's out? I mean, what a tale of the tape though for our season, to hear that Matt Doherty's out injured, and it makes me sick to the pit of my stomach to think that we are losing Matt Doherty. It's insane, isn't it? Like 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago, when his name was on the team sheet, we were all like, oh God. And now his name's not on the team sheet and we're like, oh no. It shows you what a turnaround that guy's had. Anyway, so that is the news of the morning, or the news of last night. Folks, we're going to go back now. There's not a lot else to report. Nothing really. I'll let you go, I guess. But I do want to know what you think we should do with the right wing back slot. And also let me know if you can remember what game Sessegnon played at right wing back for. Because I wouldn't mind going back and checking the form and checking the tape on it to see if he did play as well as I remember him doing in the slot. How would you now adapt for the rest of the season? Emerson, Bergwijn, Sessegnon, or someone else? Lucas Moura maybe? Would you go to a back four and let Emerson have more comfort in a back four role? Or do you just stick to the guns and hope that Emerson doesn't cost you money, that doesn't cost you goals? Not going to be as comfortable now, guys, is it? I still think we've got enough power up front to be able to, and even if we go one down, we'll still come back and score 3 or 4. Maybe I'm being too overly pessimistic. Maybe we've got a new version of Tottenham, but it has upset me. It has taken the shine off of what was otherwise a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Last thing is, thank you to everyone that came on the podcast on Sunday morning on Spurs Talk Show. Kuva and Barry and Bob, Spur, and oh God, I can't even think who else came on. Ben Kaufman. I'm sure there's a couple others. Please forgive me if I'm forgetting your names. But everyone who did come on was superb, and I really appreciate you all stopping by. And we're on the march to 900 now, so if you haven't already, please hit the like button and the subscribe button on YouTube. And I will see you guys tomorrow with hopefully a bit of better news. As always, guys, I wish you a wonderful and happy and healthy Monday. And as always, guys, bye-bye.